Hey everybody out there. I decided that I would make a quick video on what I'm doing tonight. I actually had a day off and ended up not really doing anything and decided I got to get something accomplished, so I decided to try my hand at New England clam chowder. Obviously, looking at this, it's not going to be anything like a clam chowder you've ever seen before. Really, the only thing that it has in common with New England clam chowder is the fact that it's got heavy whipping cream in it, potatoes, and clams. Everything else, I sort of just started grabbing stuff out of the refrigerator. As you can see here, I'm already starting to soften up the potatoes, caramelize the onions, and break down the celery a little bit, get that stringiness out of them. I threw some garlic powder, some smoked sea salt. This is a sea salt that I decided to use. It's really big granules, but once the heavy whipping cream hits them, they'll break down. They won't have any, of that left. I also am going to throw some cream of onion soup. Like I said, heavy whipping cream, and also the clam juice. I threw some basil and smoked paprika in there as well. I'll get back at you when I start throwing the liquids in there, and I will get back at you. Alright everybody, the potatoes are starting to get mushy, the onions are starting to get translucent, and yeah, the celery looks good too. So now I'm going to throw in my cream of onion soup. This stuff is super great for roasts, but I figure why not try it in the soup. I like the taste of it. The consistency will hopefully help thicken it up a little bit, and that's really all the reason I need for cream of onion soup. There we go. Alrighty, now to do the clams, or at least the clam juice. Every single recipe I looked at, you threw the clams in last, and that makes sense, because you wouldn't want to overcook the clams. They become really tough, and it just doesn't taste good. That's enough clam juice. I'll throw the rest of it probably in a way, just because my mom is highly allergic and we wouldn't want her accidentally grabbing it and trying to cook with it. I'm going to be pretty generous with my heavy cream here. Again, that's really the base of the soup. I'm going to leave this out just in case I need some extra stuff. Obviously, I won't let it go bad. But it's starting to look a little bit like a soup now, sort of like a stew. Obviously, I'm not going to get that really nice white color that other New England clam chowders have. I'm not really concerned about that in any way, shape, or form. I really am just looking for a good taste. I'm never really concerned about the look of anything. This does look really good, but you can definitely see the paprika brings out that red and really anything. And we always smoke our paprika, which I will definitely be doing a video on that. Alrighty everybody, after an indeterminate amount of time, I don't know, about half an episode of White Collar that's been recorded, this is what is the consistency of the soup. It is looking good. There's not too much on the bottom, which is always fantastic, because even though this is enamel coated cast iron, cleaning it can be a pain. I take a quick taste before I put in the clams, because once the clams are in, it's done, it's over. Gotta just be happy with everything. And it is perfect, of course. Absolutely fantastic. The potatoes are done. Let me try a bit of celery here. And yes, I double dipped. It's my soup. I can do what I want. The celery is fantastic. You still got the celery taste to it, which is hard to do sometimes. A lot of times celery will just sort of mush away. So what I'm going to do now is, you can tell I moved the pan a little bit. I've got it on what I consider the super simmer. It's just got a little bit less holes for the propane to go through. That way it keeps the soup at this nice simmer. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my clams, and I've got four of these 6.5 ounce cans of chopped clams. I could have went with expensive and tried to find a shop that had clams that I could, you know, steam on my own and spend another hour or two working. But really, these chopped clams will do just fine. This is going to be basically my lunches for this upcoming week, and probably dinner tonight, just because there's no way I'm not eating all this. So I'm going to let this simmer for probably another 5 minutes. I'm going to make my bowl. I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out my video, my first video, or at least my first solo video. I'm usually behind the camera. Leave a comment. Tell me how you think about it.